Hello, my fellow cigar smokers, and welcome to Smoker Spot. Night Owl again. And I had a couple of cigars that where I was thinking about smoking it today, but I chose the VegaFina Year of the Tiger. Last year's edition of that Zodiac series by VegaFina, that Year of the Ox VegaFina, man, I wasn't impressed at all. So, but give it another try and see if that year's edition can convince me. A wild mix we have. The wrapper is from Nicaragua, binder Ecuador, filler Nicaragua, Ecuador, and Dominican Republic. And they call it Toro Extra. I have a 52 ring gauge and 6.5 inches long. And here in Germany they charge you 14 euros and a couple of cents for it. So not so, it's expensive for VegaFina, but not overly expensive if you're taking all the other Zodiac series into account that are on the market. But without further saying, let's get this thing started. Let's remove the second band here. Ooh, it's kind of tight. That's okay. Some spice. Going with a wheat cut today. Smells good. Cocoa. Cocoa spice. Man, recently I think the Firestone died on me. But what I always have here, Alec Bradley Mega Burner. So special day today. By the time I'm recording it, it is still Saturday. I think we have 30 minutes or so to go until midnight. And it's my oldest daughter's birthday. "18 years. 18 years. I guess that is something special. To be honest, my friends, I can barely remember my 80th birthday. 18th birthday. I have no real, I have a couple of like images. I just know it was fucking wild. It was my first year in the military. I joined the military when I was 17, so my 18th birthday was when I was still in service, and I really can't remember where I was. Well, that's how it is when you're in the military, right? I spent 4 years. Served 4 years, but man, they're sending you from A to B all the time, right? I can remember where I started, and I can remember where I was when I left the military. But in between, man, there were so many stations. It was crazy. Anyhow, my daughter's grown up legally. Other than in the United States, where you have to be 21 to be fully grown up, right? Here in Germany, it's 18. You can do whatever you want after you're 18, you know. Finished. And you can just hope that you gave her all the important lessons. At least all the lessons that you think that are important, and that she somehow like living it, right? But I think we're on the right track. But I have to admit, man, that's in the last couple of weeks, that was giving me some thoughts. I had to think about so many things. Especially since, I mean, obviously it's not a surprise. Her birthday is not a surprise. We know when her birthday is, so we were prepared somehow. But very early we started thinking about what kind of present is, like, I don't know, special enough. Or you think what she would like to get. So believe it or not, for, I don't know, for years, my daughter was telling me she wants to visit Russia. Whatever. So I've made my plans. Planned for a week in Russia. And then we all know what happened. So no more traveling to Russia. So we had to come up with something else. I mean, it's hard because that trip to Russia was like the main present, right? That was the thing. And then that motherfucker over there starting a war. So we have to come up with something new because of him. Man, I don't want to make fun of it, but if you're losing your humor about it, man, everything's lost. However, so we started thinking. And my idea was still, I think, a travel. When you travel somewhere, it's not only a nice present, it also gives you something, right? Especially like you're grown up, you can do everything by your own. And of course you don't have enough money to make some expensive trips. So I still thought it's a good idea to sending her somewhere. So I had a couple of like conversations with my daughter, and in between the sentences I tried to figure out where she would love to travel to. And man, she's like me in that case, because she said, I want to go to Ireland. And I asked questions like, well, man, what do you think? What would be a nice trip? And she was like, oh, I would love to go to Ireland. So I'm not trying to give her the impression that I'm looking for a present. And I hope it was working out, because I think it was a nice surprise. So 1 week Ireland, right? I bought that little box, and was coming like 3 or 4 months ago. I bought it online in Russia because they're making some special kind of boxes. And I was thinking about buying a new box to putting like the voucher in for the trip. But I thought, no, let's stick to that Russia box, because it's a nice story. So I wrote a little letter and explaining, Emily, originally we planned sending you to Russia because we knew that you were always talking about it, but it's not possible because this, that. I said, but here's a week Ireland. You can go whenever you want, and wherever you want exactly in Ireland. And you can like travel alone if you don't want to. You don't have to be alone. Happy birthday. And she was pretty happy. myself a whiskey. That's still one of the 24 little bottles I got from my Christmas calendar, and that's the Glenlivet, the 12-year first fill Glenlivet. A beautiful distillery in Scotland, Speyside, and they're making pretty straightforward good scotch. And I have it in a good scotch in a Jack Daniel's tumbler. Beautiful distillery. As I said, on the Speyside, beautiful landscape. And they're one of the, not the biggest, but they're doing good. I think yearly like 10 million liters, 10.5 million liters, something like this. And they're owned by Pernod Ricard. Was sold like end of the 90s. They sold it. And I think they didn't sell it directly to Pernod Ricard. There was some company in between, but they just had it for like 2 or 3 years, and then they were selling it to Pernod Ricard. I can't remember exactly. Anyhow, Pernod Ricard. Glenlivet. Cheers, my friends. Good one. Some nice sweetness. Vanilla. And just a little bit of peatiness. Very smooth, very creamy. Cigar, however, not creamy. Not bad, but not creamy. Smoke output is good, draw is good. Can feel a little bit of that spice on my lips. The cocoa is still there, and the sweetness that is associated to the cocoa, but it's not very, how to put it, it's not very balanced. It's like lingering around, not able to find its spot. But it's an attention whore. You can feel it when you smoke it. One of the cigars, if you leave it in the ashtray, not paying attention, it will die. So it's a birthday party today. She's still downstairs, I think with one friend and her boyfriend. Another buddy just left an hour ago or so. So it was very, man, nothing crazy going on here. I know around 3 or 4 p.m. they were going to one of the Chinese restaurants that is around the corner, and she invited her boyfriend and 2 other friends. And after like 2 hours, they were coming back and we're chilling in her room. Nothing's going on. And now they're playing a game on the PlayStation. That's how you celebrate your 18th birthday today. I mean, I'm fine with that, you know. Need no fucking drama in my life. But I'm surprised. I'm surprised because that daughter gave me some serious headaches in the past. But maybe somehow, I mean, that's funny to say when you're just turned like 18, but maybe the wild years are already over. I think, I hope. Next week I'm leaving for Cyprus on Thursday. Not exactly for how long, because I have some business over there and I can only make my appointments when I'm there. So I'm not sure when I'm coming, but I'm planning around like 10 days or so, maybe. Hopefully it's a little bit faster, but you never know, right? And I mean, it's the funny thing is, um, I'm not in the mood for flying to Cyprus right now, and frankly, I don't even know why. Because there are good projects that we are realizing over there, and there's one buddy of mine who's already living there that I'm meeting and looking forward to seeing him again. But man, I don't know. I have no real explanation. It's just like thinking about it. I would prefer staying home right now. I'm not sure why. It's just like my gut. That's what my guts are telling me. But there's absolutely no real reason, right? Because I was thinking about it. You just today I was, because still you need like a PCR test if you want to enter the country. So I made some appointment for the day before I'm leaving, making a test and so on. And of course, it's giving you like there are the moments when you're thinking about your upcoming travel. And I was thinking about it, and I don't know. I started that new I started a new YouTube channel, Literatur Real Talk. It's in German, Literature Real Talk, where I'm talking about books and what's going on in the scene and so on. And I'm just thinking about it right now because my iPhone background is that Vikings Valhalla uh, wallpaper. Vikings Valhalla, that's one of the new Netflix series. Um, Playing 100 years after the original Viking series. And I covered that on my new channel, where I was talking about one of the books that might have been the inspiration for parts of Vikings Valhalla. And here's another reason why I'm thinking about it, because like weeks ago, there's this portal ancestry, where you can looking for your ancestors, and they have all the documents scanned from like 200 years ago and stuff like that. So I started organizing like my family tree, right? Looking for this and that. And part of that package I bought is like a DNA sequencing. So they're checking your DNA and they're telling you where your ancestors were coming from. So I did that, and the results were coming back like weeks ago. And surprisingly, and it was a really there was a surprise. Like a big portion of my family, well, don't know if you can call it family, my ancestors, put it that way, were coming from Norway, Iceland, and Denmark. So, and giving the period where that it was stated, it's like it seems like my ancestors were Vikings. And I mean, that was funny because, as I said, it was a surprise. I didn't even think about it, so where my ancestors exactly coming from. Frankly, I thought like the major part coming from uh, Germany or the regions around Germany, right? And still true. So a big part of my DNA is in Germany, but like the other big part is coming from the Nordics. So you start thinking where your ancestors were coming from, and that gives like a new perspective to my family tree. And even before I knew that, I was fascinated of the Vikings. That period of time, the culture, because it's very close to the German culture for many reasons. But there's also obviously some differences. And that sparked my interest even more in that the Viking times. So, and of course, I know Vikings Valhalla or in the Viking series, that's just like fiction. Also, it's not only fiction because they were using real names and real places and stuff like that. But a lot of it is fiction, which is okay because it's a movie or a series, so don't have to be realistic all the time. Um, but it makes me think about a couple of things. And I've never been to like Norway, Denmark, and other regions over there, or Iceland. But now I'm thinking about like taking a look. What's going on there? I'm not quite sure how far away or how far it's been in the past where my part of my family were coming from there. I don't know if it's like it can be like 2,000 years ago, but also possible that it's like 1,000 years ago or 500 years ago. And of course, at some time, it's possible to do some research, and others there's no possibility to figuring exactly out where your people were coming from. But it's nice to know, I think. Also funny, one of my buddies, I was telling him about that DNA thing and that ancestry portal. And even before the results were coming, he told me, and I know you have some Vikings in your in your family tree. I'm sure. He said it. I don't know, but it was true. What are you guys smoking today? I just hope when you're watching it, You're very relaxed sitting somewhere. Maybe you have a book or just a cigar or whatever, but being relaxed, smoking a cigar, drinking a good drink, not necessarily whiskey, whatever you like, and so we can smoke together. So let me know what you are smoking. Let me know what you are drinking. Tomorrow is like the family party for my daughter. So her sister, us, her grandma, um, and some close family friends that are coming together to celebrate the birthday. And she asked me like weeks ago if I can start, like if we can do a barbecue. So I'm starting the smoker and doing some barbecue. And luckily the weather is nice, so I bought some ribs. I bought some chicken wings. I bought some German sausages. We have some nice bread that we're buying tomorrow morning directly from the bakery. And so we have a smoker session. No cigar smoker session, like I'm starting the smoker. And it will be nice. Today I already prepared the ribs. Like I have that rub, and I rubbed it. I rubbed all the ribs, and I'm now in the fridge, and so that I can like soak in all the spices and herbs. And then they will stay like, I don't know, 5, 6 hours in the smoker, and I think it will be nice. It's the first barbecue this year, so I'm starting the season. It was quick. Thirsty as fuck. Um, my that week, and even the week before that, everybody's talking, of course, about Ukraine. I'm sick of it, man. Every day, I'm sitting in my favorite lounge, and I mean, of course, everybody's talking about it. And before that, everyone was talking about the pandemic. Now everybody's talking about Ukraine. I know it's important. I know we are close. It's just Poland between us and the Ukraine. Man, what the fuck? You know? And I don't know why they're all so surprised and why they're all so shocked. Man. Fucking Earth is a mean planet, man. We are not very nice. We are not a very nice. We are not very nice animals. Human beings. So, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm old enough to remember, like, the Cold War or my time in the military. Because all the younger people I'm talking to right now, they're like in shock, right? What's going on there, man? What's going on? What are you talking about? What's going on? Like what happened like in the last 2,000 years? Fucking wars going on, man. Because some crazy people think they need to like showing her muscles. And now all the experts on television banging each other's head and like like going through 100 different theories, what happened, why, and this and that. I don't know. You know fucking nothing. Nobody knows anything about his idea, motivation. You can like state some wild assumptions, what you think is the motivation or what's going on there. But the truth is, man, nobody knows. Nobody knows. And as soon as you realize that you know nothing, the easier life will be. Simple truth. At least for me, And there were people like coming at me and going, "Oh, did you see that and that? Did you see that he bombed this and that?" And I'm, no, I don't care. Because if there's one thing that I know is they're all playing games, right? No matter if you think Russia is right, Ukraine is right, and I don't want to I mean, there's an obvious role everybody is playing, right? But if the news are telling you this and that happened, and you know where they're getting their information from, all I'm saying is nobody knows if that is the complete truth, right? I'm not saying that no bad shit is happening over there, but they're all playing games, right? Of course, the people over there that are telling you this and that happened, you don't know if they are like exaggerating or not or whatever, And I don't want to be part of that game, right? I'm just trying to staying out of it as good as possible, right? Because as soon as you start discussing, as soon as you exchanging arguments, people are getting mad, right? And I don't even know why. Okay, man, maybe you have relatives over there. I got it. I'm sorry. A million other people have relatives on other places in the world where it's also war right now. That sucks, man. It's always sucks, but if you are worrying about it 24/7, it's nothing will change, and you will ruin your own life with all the thoughts that are going on. So, staying out of it. There's nothing what you can do anyhow. So, people on the streets here in Germany, they're protesting against the war. And it's their right. I'm cool with that. But don't even think for a fucking second that just because you are protesting here in Germany, someone in Ukraine, in Russia will care about it. They give a fuck. Why are you? If you're there, they give a fuck if you're protesting. What are you against? What are you for? No one cares. And it will change nothing. Because the time when people were able to changing something on the diplomatic side, man, they're having war since 2014. When they started fighting about the Crimea. No one cared, obviously. It's going on since 2014. So they had war in their country for the last 8 years already. So leave me alone with the shit. When it comes to that, when I'm sitting in the lounge smoking a cigar, and you bothering me with talking about Ukraine, Russia war, leave me the fuck alone, man. I just want to smoke my cigar. We can talk about cigars, we can talk about books, we can talk about the weather, we can talk about I don't know what, but don't bother me with that shit. I don't want to hear it. Period. VegaFina Year of the Tiger. I am happy that I didn't buy a whole box. It's an okay cigar. But if you compare it to the Davidoff Year of the Tiger, different league, man. The Davidoff Year of the Tiger is like, that's a Champions League, and the VegaFina Year of the Tiger is like, I don't know, man. Juniors League? Maybe? Like I said, it's an okay cigar. I think the most dominant part in that cigar is the spice, and I think that sort of spice is coming from the tobacco from Nicaragua. So what we have in the wrapper and in the filler, that's the most dominant tobacco. Cannot say that I'm having a lot of Dominican influence in there, although they're saying it's in the filler. I'm not getting that. Usually you have that little bit of mineralesque thing going on. Don't have it. It's not a very mild cigar. A lot of Nicaragua in here. Again, it's a bit rough, really. Remember what I said when I started it? It's like that's not very well balanced. That's still the case. It's too wild. And the burn is, well, don't have to retouch it at the moment, but I don't know what's going on. Ash a little bit too flaky, burn a little bit uneven, so all for itself, not like a point where you would say it's a bad cigar, but when you're combining all that points, when you're connecting the dots, maybe an average cigar, an okay average cigar. And sometimes that's okay. It's okay to have an okay cigar. But on the other hand, when you're bringing out like a limited edition and you're calling it the Year of the Tiger, you're in the same league with other guys who are doing the Year of the Tiger thing. And not overly happy with that stick. Put it that way. Like 2 weeks ago, I was recorded that ASMR clip because one subscriber requested it or had an idea and said, why not doing an ASMR clip? I was not into that, but why not? And I thought Because what I'm doing, when I'm laying in the bed and I cannot sleep very good, or I'm tired, but I'm like things are going on in my head, like a whirlwind. that cinema, the movies going on, and you thinking about 1,000 different things. What I'm doing, look, I'm starting an audiobook. I've always my iPad right next to me, putting my headphones in, starting an audiobook. No matter what, no matter what. But then you have in the background somewhere, you have like the voices there saying something, And for me, it's not even important what they're saying. It's just like that little bit of background noise, And then, man, like 5 minutes, I'm gone. So I thought, and partly I'm right, that's the same thing with that ASMR clips. Of course, there's also a different effect, like that you're getting goosebumps when somebody's whispering in the microphone and all that stuff. But I figured you need some kick-ass equipment for that. What I'm working here with that Sony ZV-1, and I have that big microphone on top of it, like that can record everything. It's a good mic, it's a good camera, but probably if you want to do like really, really good ASMR clips, you probably need something that's close to your mouth. And I don't have that, But maybe I'm still doing it because, after all, it was fun. Just sitting there smoking a cigar, saying nothing for an hour. Well, it was like 45 minutes. Why not? That's easy. And it was like the clicks were like the views, they were okay. Surprisingly. So probably I'm doing it again. Maybe something different. Not sure what exactly, but I got some comments. People are saying like, man, it was giving me nothing. I said, it's fine, man. It was just like it's an experiment, right? And other people saying, well, that's great. Do it again. Cool. We'll do that. And another news. Smoker Spot reached the 1,000 subscribers. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. Funny thing is, once you reach 1,000, on the channel itself, it always says 1,000, 1K subscribers. Already have like 1,010 or so, but it's just saying 1,000. So right now I always have to go to the YouTube studio and checking the real the real count, because on the channel itself it's just saying 1K. And it just stays on 1K. But it's just a side note. Man, that's just crazy. 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 people who like clicked on subscribed, clicked on the subscribe button, and watching your stuff. And when I'm thinking what I started with, and where are we now, how many, and I'm saying that I said that already numerous times, but with this part, I love to repeat myself, because it is such a fantastic journey. I've met incredible people. I learned a lot. Met new friends. Found new cigars. A lot of other things. And so, I mean, obviously you're not making money out of it, but that's really not the important part. You're doing it because you love it. And well, at least for me, it's a feeling like doing something. You do something. You create something. And that's just a good feeling. And of course, a plus is when people like it. and that 1,000 subscribers count, milestone, benchmark, whatever, that's something special, really. And I appreciate every single one of you supporting the channel with commenting and liking, watching the stuff, and being interactive. That's it's great. So guys, I'm getting real tired today. Got up really early in the morning. Didn't sleep very well. So it's time for me today. It's earlier than usual, but we're how long we're only 46 minutes. So it's an okay night owl, time wise. Maybe it was a little bit more on the depressed side today. But don't worry, it's all good. It's just one of these days, where you're thinking about shit. And maybe it's the one part is for sure the birthday of my daughter, because then you really figure out how time's flying. Also, on the other hand, it's a very happy occasion, and I'm grateful for everything. My friends, VegaFina Year of the Tiger, and now the rapper. Yeah. Construction. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you can smoke a good cigar, enjoy life. Most importantly, stay safe and stay healthy. And I hope to see you the next time when we're doing another night owl, a review, a cigar talk, whatever. I'm grateful that you are here. Have a good one. Good night.